Welcome back everyone to another episode of Cooking with JJ. In this week's episode, we're traveling to Indonesia in my kitchen, and I'm going to be making Sambal Goreng. It is a very delicious tempeh dish. It is sweet, it is spicy, with a little bit of a tang, and you fry it up with a beautiful, rich sauce. I'm really excited to get started. And of course, enjoy this recipe in the end. So without further ado, let's head over to the kitchen and get cooking! Here's the tamarind paste I'm going to be using. I'm starting off with 1 tablespoon. And I'm mixing it with 3 tablespoons of hot water. I'm also mixing in 1 teaspoon of dark miso paste. I'm adding 1 teaspoon of kelp flakes since we're not using any shrimp paste, of course. I'm getting juice out of this lemon here, and I'll use about a tablespoon's worth. I'll pour some lemon juice with our tamarind paste mixture. I'm adding 2 tablespoons of raw sugar to our 3 tablespoons of veggie stock. Mix it all up. We might need to make more of the sauce as we go, so keep the ingredients nearby. I'll be using fresh lemongrass. Cut each piece in half and remove the outer firm layers. The part we want to chop up is the white tender part. I'm just going to mince it up here. And we'll be using a tablespoon's worth. I'm using Henry's tempeh that has basil in the mix. I'll slice 2 packages up into equal strips. I'm getting some high smoke point oil in our large pan. Get it hot and add your tempeh strips. If you want, you're welcome to deep fry them, but I just wanted to pan fry them. We want these pieces to get nice and brown, and be sure to flip them. Once your tempeh is all fried up, place your pieces on a paper towel lined plate. I may have mentioned tempeh's origins before, but I'll remind you that it's said to have originated in East or Central Java, Indonesia, over 400 years ago, and it may go even further back than 1,000 years. What it is fermented soybeans held together by Rhizopus oligosporus, a completely safe and healthy fungi. In Indonesia, they wrap this mixture with a banana leaf, teak, guava, or waru as everything gets nicely fermented. Tempeh was said to have been discovered by accident when someone left their cooked soybeans out in the hot Indonesian sun. It got fermented, and then from there, it became a popular staple. Tempeh is a really affordable and underrated source of protein. If you happen to make more than you can eat out of this dish, you can use it in a delicious sandwich the next day, cut it up into smaller pieces and pop it on your salad, or wrap it up in your breakfast burrito. Some of you may be wondering about the name of this dish, Sambal Goreng. Sambal means sauce, and goreng means fried. And there are so many different varieties of sambal from region to region within Indonesia. And in fact, they've recorded 110 different varieties. And the preparation methods vary as well. Some people like to crush it up. Some people like to incorporate the chopping. Some people like it hot, while others enjoy it cold. Some common ingredients include galangal, chilies, garlic, shallots, something salty, we got the miso in the mix, and there are a lot of recipes out there that use shrimp paste, but we got the kelp flakes and it makes an excellent substitute. A Dutch microbiologist, Van Veen, who was a prisoner of war in World War II in Indonesian camps, observed and took note. Many prisoners were much more able to digest tempeh in comparison to regular cooked soybeans. This was especially true for those prisoners who were quite ill. He even went as far to say prisoners of war owed their very lives to tempeh, because there was not much else these prisoners could digest. Banana leaves and other type of leaves used to be prominent food packaging in Indonesia, especially for tempeh. Unfortunately, as time went on, styrofoam and plastic became more prominent. And by the time 2018 rolled around, Indonesia was noted as the second biggest contributor to marine plastic waste, under China. They have tried to tackle this issue with a lofty goal of reducing the plastic waste by 70% by the year 2025. Unfortunately, they're not on track for this goal, it seems. It would be great, though, if they returned to the organic materials for packaging, such as the banana leaves. I would love to see this implemented in Canada as well, but all I can do is hope that more sustainable systems are put in place to tackle this global problem. Now it's time to prepare our ingredients for our beautiful sauce. I'm slicing up half of 1 large shallot. I'm mincing up 2 teaspoons worth of galangal. And mince 2 teaspoons worth of ginger. And mince up 2 teaspoons worth of garlic. In a freshly cleaned and oiled pan, I'm adding our shallots. I'll be slicing up 3 red chilies for this, but feel free to adjust it. Add the ginger, garlic, and galangal, and the lemongrass. And I'm popping in the sliced chilies. To lessen the heat, you can remove the seeds. Now I'm popping in the miso tamarind sauce and our sugary broth. I decided I needed more sauce, so I added more broth with the sugar. I added a couple of tablespoons of tamarind paste on its own since this one is not very thick. Before you add any salt, you might want to give it a taste test. I find miso paste provides enough salt. Before the sauce gets too thick, add in the tempeh strips. You want the tempeh strips to be fully coated, so be sure to flip them. And once it's done, it should be nice, thick, and sticky. Now it's plating time, so I'm garnishing our plate first with cilantro. Then I'm adding our sweet and spicy tempeh strips. I'm pairing this dish with the delicious Indonesian salad. Stay tuned next week to discover that recipe. It's that time again, everyone. I get to try our delicious Sambal Goreng, our Indonesian dish, our sweet and spicy tempeh. Gotta love the sweetness, the little tang, the spice. It all comes together so beautifully. And it's so simple to make as well. I'm glad I used both the galangal and the ginger. Both of them have distinct flavors, although many times if people can't find galangal, they just substitute it with ginger. However, they're distinct flavors with the combination of all the other flavors in this dish gives so much more depth to this dish, and it is truly a delight. So there you have it, everyone, another delicious recipe to add to your recipe booklets. And remember, if you like this video in any way, shape, or form, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channel if you have yet to do so, and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss a single video. There's going to be a new video popping up every Monday at 12 noon Eastern, so you don't want to miss it. This is JJ signing off, keeping things interesting in my kitchen and hopefully yours. Bon appetit.